Hello everyone, and welcome to today's video. We're about to explore one of the most pivotal moments in modern history, the beginning of World War I, a conflict that changed the world forever. But before we jump straight into the details, let's take a look at how everything started. It's the early 20th century, and Europe is a powder keg waiting to explode. Tensions are high, with powerful empires competing for influence, territory, and control. The great powers of Europe, such as Germany, Austria, Hungary, France, Britain, and Russia, are all entangled in a web of alliances, trade agreements, and rivalries. The atmosphere is tense, but no one could foresee how quickly this would spiral into global warfare. To understand the start of World War I, we need to look at the major forces at play: nationalism, imperialism, militarism, and alliances. Nationalism was fueling intense pride and rivalry among nations. In places like the Balkans, people sought independence from larger empires, which sparked conflicts between rising nationalist movements and the established powers like Austria-Hungary and the Ottoman Empire. Imperialism was pushing European powers into fierce competition for colonies in Africa and Asia, heightening global tensions. Militarism also played a crucial role, with European powers amassing vast armies and advanced weaponry. The belief in military solutions to problems was widespread, and this arms race only added to the growing danger. Then, there were the alliances. These were meant to deter aggression, but in reality, they created a situation where any small conflict could pull in multiple nations. The Triple Alliance, Germany, Austria, Hungary, and Italy, was countered by the Triple Entente, France, Russia, and Britain. This is where the domino effect begins. Russia, seeing an ally under attack, begins mobilizing its military forces in defense of Serbia. This leads Germany, a close ally of Austria-Hungary, to declare war on Russia on August 1st. Germany's military strategy, known as the Schlieffen Plan, called for a swift attack on France through neutral Belgium. Germany believes that by defeating France quickly, it can then turn its attention to Russia. So, on August 3rd, Germany declares war on France. And the next day, Britain, which has an alliance with France, declares war on Germany after Germany's invasion of Belgium. Within just a few days, Europe is at war, and soon the rest of the world will be dragged into the conflict. Now, the stage is set, and everything begins to unravel on June 28, 1914, in Sarajevo. On that fateful day, Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria-Hungary and his wife Sophie are assassinated by Gavrilo Princip, a Bosnian Serb nationalist. This attack may seem like a small act of violence, but it's the spark that sets the entire world ablaze. Austria-Hungary, enraged by the assassination, blames Serbia for supporting the nationalist groups that plotted the attack. Serbia, however, is backed by Russia, which has a long-standing interest in protecting Slavic nations in the Balkans. Austria-Hungary gives Serbia an ultimatum, and when Serbia's response isn't enough to satisfy the demands, Austria-Hungary declares war on Serbia on July 28, 1914. But why did this assassination escalate so quickly? The answer lies in the complex web of alliances, military preparations, and historical tensions. The assassination wasn't the sole cause, but it was the catalyst that triggered a series of events that no one could have predicted. The war soon becomes a global conflict. As the major powers in Europe mobilize, the colonies in Africa, Asia, and the Pacific are drawn into the battle. World War I will see new tactics, horrific trench warfare, and the introduction of devastating new weapons. The war will last 4 long years and claim the lives of millions. The aftermath of World War I will reshape the political landscape of Europe, with empires collapsing and new nations being born. The Treaty of Versailles in 1919 will officially end the war, but the unresolved issues will sow the seeds for the rise of fascism, leading to the outbreak of World War II just 2 decades later. So, while the assassination of Franz Ferdinand was a tragic event, it was merely the spark that ignited the war. The true causes lie deeper, in the web of alliances, rising nationalism, and the militaristic culture that dominated Europe at the time. Thank you for watching this video on the start of World War I. If you enjoyed this deep dive into history, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. We'll be continuing this series, exploring the causes and consequences of the war in more detail.